Hey, what is up guys, I'm KBHD here, and welcome to another video. I'm sure you've already been aware that the smart speaker market has been heating up a lot over the past couple months and year and a half. So we got Google Assistant in the form of Google Home in that smart speaker, and we got Siri Smart Assistant in a HomePod. But today we have a bit of an exclusive for you guys, our first look at Samsung Smart Assistant in the form of a Bixby Home, the Bixby smart speaker. So we're gonna give it a shot. We already know, Samsung's been doing great with hardware, especially in their phones. We kind of just give them that, they're top notch. But it's the software where we start to have some questions. You know, Bixby, you probably saw that virtual assistant comparison video. Didn't do so hot, but it's been a couple months. There's been some updates. So let's give this another shot. So the box is pretty simple, pretty inviting. I feel like in this day and age, if you're gonna be putting a smart speaker in someone's house, you kind of have to make it inviting to not have them freak out about it. But if we take it out, it looks pretty good. We got some Bixby blue, these blue accents, but it's nice and dense, it's weighted, it's pretty clean. Honestly, it looks like a pretty good smart speaker. There's buttons at the top and they're blue. I guess there's no screen, kind of like Google Assistant or HomePod. They all have that little screen at the top, but you don't really use that when you're across the room, so I'm not taking points off for that. So we gotta get past this beautiful hardware and see if Bixby is all about it, because that's what makes or breaks a smart speaker, if the assistant actually does its job. So, hey Bixby, what's your name?
My name is Bixby.
Okay, so, I said the name in the question, but that's cool, I got it. All right, hey Bixby, what's the weather?
The weather refers to day-to-day temperature and precipitation activity.
Okay, technically correct, but I was more looking for like the weather here right now. Hey Bixby, what's the weather in New York City right now?
It is currently 50 degrees and cloudy in New York City.
Okay, so you just gotta be a little more specific, but it gets it right, so that's the simple default question of the weather. So basically we know there's a long list of things it can probably do, like set a timer, look up information on Google. We kinda want it to be able to do also the more novel things, like answering more random questions. Google uses the knowledge graph, so hey Bixby, how far away is the moon? Like
far away.
Far, yeah. I think most would have given an answer in like miles or kilometers or something, but you're not wrong, Bixby, you're not wrong. I don't know, most of them can tell jokes, so hey Bixby, tell me a joke.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Aren't you glad I didn't say banana? Ha ha.
You kind of forgot half of that. They don't all have to have good jokes. That's not a big deal that's a missing feature. Okay, so you know how you've asked Siri like what they think of Google and vice versa? Hey Bixby, what do you think of Siri?
That bitch.
Okay. At least, hey, the mute switch is very responsive. I think that's a play button. It's still going, okay.
Bitch.
Maybe something a little less triggering for you, Bixby. Hey Bixby, just do a trick.
Okay, pick a number between 1 and 2.
Okay.
Is your number 1?
No, actually. Okay, that started going downhill for a second, but I think Bixby Home can still redeem itself as a legitimate smart speaker because it's still, it's able to answer questions right. So I have the press release from Samsung here says they've interestingly built in a fail-safe to make sure it definitely answers complex questions, which, that's what it comes down to. We're asking it jokes and stuff, but it can still save itself. So, hey Bixby, what's 37 times the square root of 94?
That's a tough one. Okay Google, what is 37 times the square root of 94?
That's cheating.
The answer is approximately 358.728.
That's cheating. You
no,
can't.
It's not.
All right, maybe we asked a little too much of it. Maybe just a phone call. Maybe that's the simple. Hey Bixby, call Mandy.
Okay, playing Call Me Maybe by Carly Rae Jepsen.
Yeah, of course. Stop, no, stop. All right, this is something HomePod can do. This is something Google Assistant can do. Hey Bixby, turn the studio light blue.
Okay, playing Blue by Eiffel 65.
Sorry for getting both of those songs stuck in your head today. Okay, at this point I'm trying to figure out if it's really a smart speaker. Like if there's anything this does better than HomePod or Google Assistant, that would be great. I think the one thing Samsung mentioned is it has a removable cable, which, you know, that's good. It's kind of hard, actually. Okay, that's not, that was, they thought about it, they tried. That's what it comes down to. Samsung tried. They wanted to make it a little more portable than Google Home and HomePod. So if you manage to remove the speaker correctly, it has a built-in battery. And they push the limits with this battery. It's gonna be sitting around on a countertop for a lot, so they said they put in a 60,000 milliamp hour battery, which is pretty massive, pushing the limits for a small form factor like this. So ideally, it should be able to last up to, gee. Okay, this is, hopefully you guys by now know this is April Fool's Day. This is your yearly reminder not to take anything you read or watch too seriously. I mean, if they made a smart speaker, it would totally be better than this, right? For sure. Anyway, catch you guys in the next one.
Peace.